Adirondack Prepper. Wednesday, January 6th. It is roughly about 6 p.m. As most of us already know, there's been a lot of chaos and insurrection coming out of Washington, D.C. And if you're a news junkie, you've paid up close attention to your social media today, you'll see everything that is currently going on. With the protests happening down in Washington, followed by the insurrection and the storming of the Capitol. I've been paying close attention to it over the last several hours, especially during my drive home, texting with a couple different friends, what their thoughts were on the matter. First things first, I don't condone the action of the protesters storming the Capitol. I think our founding fathers would be spinning in their grave over that matter. I think we are at a very pivotal point in our history, ladies and gentlemen. I originally was not going to do a video tonight, but after today's actions and what has been going on, I decided to. It is deeply concerning, and I think it is just a start, especially considering with President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris coming into office. It is deeply concerning. Point of this video is, and we're all going to put on our tinfoil hats. So grab your tinfoil hat, let's put it on, and we're going to enter the conspiracy zone for a minute. Now, I'm not usually one for conspiracies. I like facts, I like logic, I like good hard intelligence. I made a point earlier on this evening. A true Trump supporter, you look at 4 years ago and you look now, every Trump rally that there was, there, after the fact, the true Trump supporter picks up all the junk which is left behind. And I know it's been documented, it's been talked about before. I've heard about it on the radio several times before. Who's to say, and I know I've heard this on Fox News when I was driving, saying that supposedly the protesters sprayed some sort of a chemical agent, probably pepper spray, or something of that matter, to the police officers, which is how they gained access to the Capitol building and caused vast amounts of damage. I know people that work in the Capitol building, members of law enforcement, and I texted one in particular, and he was telling me that it looked like a bomb went off. Glass breaking everywhere, just vast amounts of destruction. This was deeply concerning to me. When I received this text, he was actually with the EMTs, and you know who you are. Hopefully you're okay, and all's going well. And I apologize, folks. I completely blanked out there for a moment as to what I was going to say. Oh yeah. As we put on our tinfoil hats, who's to say, leading back to a true Trump supporter, that this is not some sort of a faction which is somehow affiliated with the Democratic Party, or some group which is somehow affiliated with the Democratic Party in some way, whether it's George Soros or the Democratic Party directly, who knows? Who knows? My point is, who's to say that this faction hypothetically did not spray the police officers to gain access to the Capitol to raise unholy hell? The point I'm making is, by doing so, you could take and go through, and the president-elect and the Democrats could cast blame to President Trump and the Republicans. It was something that I thought about before. I thought of it as another Black Flag event, and it's deeply concerning. as to where we are going as a country. We are a powder keg right now, and we are just getting ready to explode, especially with this new current administration. Now, they keep talking about love, unity, love, unity. Every time there's been a Republican in office, they have been anything but loving and having unity. This was something that I've been thinking about for a while for this. We are really at a crossroads as a nation. I don't like we are heading, and this is one of my trigger points that I have set aside several months ago towards this. In a future video, which actually maybe depending on my schedule for this week, I can release it at the end of this week on Friday, talking about trigger points. I have several different trigger points that I use over the course of a year or 6 months, 12 months. When I hit these trigger points, my family and I will bug out to one of our various different locations. Might be one, might be two, might be three. I've done it once or twice before, not being paranoid or anything of that matter. But when I see something of this, one of my trigger points gets checked off, and I look for the next item. I'm deeply worried about this being a black flag possible conspiracy theory, all being purported by some sort of faction. Maybe it's BLM, maybe some other faction affiliated with the Democrats. I don't know. I really don't know, but it's just something that I was thinking about. I wanted to throw it out there. And some people out there could be saying, you're off your rocker, you're off your crackers, you need medicine. I don't need medicine. It's just something that I thought about. I wanted to pass it on. So what I would like to do is, please hit the like button. Please share this video. And I'd like to see your comments. What you think. Do you think it is a black flag event? Do you think the Democrats are somehow associated with it, or is it part of, whether it's tied to George Soros or the Clintons or some other group? Hit me up with your comments. If you've never seen me before, I am the Adirondack Prepper. I have a very small network. I'm trying to get it to grow of like-minded individuals so we can become enlightened and share information all over the United States and the world. But anyways, this is something that I just wanted to do quick to get it out there while it was fresh in my head. I hope everybody has an awesome hump day. Take care, stay safe, and I'll be coming back to you soon. Have an awesome night. The orange steaks, which I am grabbing here, are made by a company called Coughlin's out of Canada. They are absolutely fantastic, light, strong, and secure. I have had them in the ground with winds up to 60 miles an hour and have yet to lose a single steak. I highly recommend them to anyone. As I round the corner here, I'm going to be reaching for a fire starter packet, which I pick up and I look at, and I was actually thinking about purchasing it, but I decided at that particular time that I'm going to be doing another video in several weeks for fire and fire starters, and at that time I'll actually purchase this particular packet for everyone to see. The next item that I'm going to be grabbing is some waterproof matches. They come in a heavy-duty plastic container with a rubber O-ring and a light cloth material underneath the lid to help keep the matches secure. The matches have a burn time of about 15 seconds and are absolutely phenomenal. I highly recommend them to everyone. Here I am looking at several different heavy-duty tarps. The one that I grabbed, if I remember correctly, was a 8x10. These tarps were roughly $9 compared with going to a big box store like Home Depot or Lowe's, where they are over $30. Another quick thing that I forgot to mention is for the matches, they have these refill packs, which are roughly about $2.95 each. There's enough matches to refill the plastic container and are absolutely wonderful, and I highly recommend. As I walk down the aisle towards where the ammunition and the sporting goods are stored, I am checking out the various sections which had holes from the last several weeks and or months, making note of them. Usually when I walk through sections I make a mental note instead of writing it down, or I will take a picture to write down at a later date. Here I am looking at the various different freeze-dried meals. I wish my particular store had more of a bigger selection. Unfortunately, they do not. Another thing that I wish my store had more of is more of items that were of a survival nature. The one thing that I would like to recommend for everybody to pick up is a Sawyer water filter. Whether one of their Life straws or their various other products, they come with a lifetime guarantee and they are absolutely wonderful. I have several different of the light straws that I keep in various different bags, from my truck to go bags to even a bag that I have at work. I would rather have the product than not need it than need the product and not have it. I highly recommend this item as well. As I'm walking back over to my cart, right behind me is where the ammunition and the gun rack would be. One thing that I do not have on this video is I was talking to the employee who was standing behind. You can see in the background there are no firearms in the case and there's no ammunition in the case. To the right of the ammunition case there used to be boxes upon boxes of shotgun shells, no more. Here's where things truly got interesting, and I will let you listen in to what the employee said now.